Okay, so here we go. We are getting ready to do the lobster mac and cheese. So let's go ahead and put the pasta inside a pan. All right. So I prefer to like layer up the pasta a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna put the pasta in, and then we're gonna put some butter on top of it and follow with some cheese. Okay. So, so some pasta there. We're gonna put some cheese over, some butter over top of it. This is unsalted butter, by the way. The cheese you put on this anyway is going to have enough salt in the cheese. So you don't need to add salt. Let's add some lobster now. Just a little bit, because throughout the entire process we're gonna be adding lobster. Okay? Now, let's add a little bit of black pepper. Just a little bit. And that's a little bit. Let's add in some cheese, some mozzarella. Okay, now we're gonna add in the cheddar cheese. All right, next up, let's go ahead and stir this up a little bit. Okay. And then we're gonna add some more pasta to the mix. Just a little bit. Now let's add some more pasta. Okay. Let's add in the lobster. Now what you're saying is, Chef, you haven't added any lobster bits, but you showed me a can of lobster bits. This is true. Guess what? We don't put it in right now. What happens is we put it in the oven on 400 degrees, okay? And we take it out halfway through. Take it out halfway through, about 15 minutes in, after the cheese has started to melt, and we put in the lobster bits then, okay? You said, well, I got the evaporated milk. What happens to that? Simple. We use a can of evaporated milk now. Do the lobster bits while it's when we take it out of the oven. And then after that, when we take it out of the oven for the final time, we add the final can of the evaporated milk. So like what I'm doing right now, adding in a can of evaporated milk right now. But you didn't put any more cheese on it. I am. I just haven't got to that part yet. Add in some more cheese. And be very generous with it, because in the end state, we want to make sure we have a nice, ooey, gooey cheese. Just succulent, delectable. Just cheese. Okay. So, next up, it goes in the oven. You know, one thing I forgot to tell you, we gotta add our Old Bay in. So let's add in the Old Bay right quick. All right, this is a half of tablespoon, okay? And we don't need more than that, just a half a tablespoon. And as the cheese melts inside the oven, keep in mind this is gonna be all intertwined and mixed up. Okay, it's gonna combine with all the cheese inside, and when we take it out at the halfway mark, we're gonna stir it up. Okay, and as we're stirring it up, all the Old Bay is gonna mix together with all the rest of the cheese. But more importantly, that's when we also add in the lobster bisque at that time. Okay, so then all the flavors get to just gel together from all the different cheeses. So you have mozzarella cheese and you have a cheddar cheese in here as well. Okay, so you got some Old Bay, you have some black pepper, and some lobster bisque. Keep in mind, you're like, but is it? That don't sound like it's gonna taste good. Trust me, it will. Okay, so we're at the halfway point. See? Like I promised. Now, all we gotta do is stir this up. Okay? And we add in a lot more cheese back inside it. So, it doesn't look very cheesy. I know. But just wait. Just wait. We're going to add the goodness to it. All right. So, as I promised, your lobster bisque. Pour the lobster bisque in. Not just in one spot, but pour it all around. So you get a good coating all over. Okay? Now we're going to stir that up. After we finish stirring it up, then we're going to add more cheese in. And then stir it up again. Remember, this is not a traditional mac and cheese dish, so you have to do it a little bit differently. Okay, so guess what? Now we add more cheese. So, look, we added more cheese. So now we have to go through, and what we're gonna do? Mix everything together again. We need for all the cheese to just fill in the gaps from before. We want this to be what? Ooey and gooey. That's the purpose of mac and cheese. You want to have nice, cheesy macaroni and cheese. But in this case, penne pasta. So, and now we're going to add one more layer of cheese to it. Okay? So, it's the next step. All right, ta-da! Here we go. So, we covered it back up with cheese. Now it goes back in the oven. Remember, it's at 400 degrees, okay? So about another 16 or 17 more minutes. Check it out. And after when we take it out, we're gonna put our last can, okay? The evaporated milk in it, and then we're done. Okay, look what we have here. Mac and cheese just came out the oven. So guess what? We're not done. Guess what we have to do next? We have to put the next. That's right, we're gonna put the evaporated milk in. And we gotta stir it up, okay? And after that, we are completely done at that point. So, let's get ready to put the milk in, and let's stir it up. So we're gonna put just a little bit of milk right here on top, okay? Because everything is crusted so far. So let's see, let's break the crust. Remember, what we're going for? The ooey and gooey. All right. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna move this closer to the camera so you can see it. There we go. Now it's closer to the camera. So now we can see everything we're doing. So let's put in some more. And let's make sure we stir this up. Because have you noticed when you have mac and cheese and whatnot, and you don't put enough liquid in it, you know, it's not ooey and gooey, and there's something that's off about the taste. Look at all this cheese in here so far. Just how we wanted it. And since it's hot, what we can also do is we can actually go through and add in just a little bit more cheese if you wanted to, because it's already hot. And guess what's gonna happen? That cheese is gonna melt right instantaneously on top of it. So let's add just a little bit more cheese on top of it and let it just watch it melt. A little more cheese. There we go. And what you do is put some aluminum foil over top of it. So when you're ready to eat it, all this cheese would have melted, and that's it. You're good. So, today we just made lobster mac and cheese. And so, thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.